What's up, guys? I made to do a review for Late Night with the Devil. Now, I saw this movie last Friday, so it's taken me a long ass while to review this movie. Mostly because I really wanted to let it marinate in my mind, because this movie has a lot of controversy around it. I'm gonna come straight out and say I'm of the opinion I can't let 2 to 3 AI images make me not see a David does Macklin leading role. Like, this is his first real big leading role. Like, we all know him as this great supporting actor, and we just seen Sullivan Murphy move out of Sullivan Murphy's been a leading man on television, but that was his first big motion picture leading role in Oppenheimer. And I feel like we got to do the same for David. I got to support this movie. Got to help. Like, he's been such a great actor for all these years. So we're gonna let a couple AI images stop us from not supporting him, not supporting this amazing cast, not supporting this amazing horror movie, because this is a really good movie. Don't let other shit cloud how good this movie is, because it really is a good movie. It really is a good horror movie, and I can't be understated. It really is a good movie. The movie starts with you ever seen that Family Guy meme when it's logo after logo after logo after logo? It's kind of like that. There's a lot of logos in the beginning. Then the movie finally starts. And this movie has that it has that old school vibe to it, man. I don't know how they did it. David's playing this fictional late night television host named Jack Delroy. And that's a hell of a name. That sounds like a real motherfucker from back in the day. Jack Delroy. That sounds like a real motherfucker from back in the day. That's a hell of a name. That's a name you look up and you're like, huh? That's not a real motherfucker? He's playing this guy named Jack Delroy, who's trying to beat Johnny Carson and become the #1 man in late night. But he hasn't been able to do it. And I don't want to give away the whole fucking backstory, because a lot of this movie is the first 20 to 30 minutes is, I want to say, it's giving you backstory on Jack Delroy, backstory and all this other stuff. And I don't want to do that, because the movie does enough of that. I just want to say what I liked about it. I liked the character of Jack Delroy. I liked all the supporting cast. I liked the how they kept things very it was very spooky. It wasn't scary so much, it was spooky. Most of this movie, the first hour, is very spooky. Demonically spooky, if you know what I mean. And once we find out that one of the characters dies, I'm not going to say who dies, but once we find out one of the characters dies, then that shit turns from spooky to okay, some fuck shit's about to happen. And then that little girl comes out, and she might be in the trailer. I didn't watch the trailer. I don't really watch trailers for movies anymore, but once that little girl comes out, it turns from spooky to, okay, this is super fucked. Now, but before we get to that point, like I say, it's very spooky, but it's also very funny. This movie is a horror/comedy, and you have this dude who's a skeptic, and he debunks all these people's bullshit. And he was funny. He was very funny, and the guy that played him was very funny. And you had another dude that plays, how every late night person has a second man who's always a butt of the joke, who always either butts in on the main dude's jokes. They have that. The dude's a little bigger, he's tubby. He's the lovable second man sidekick that every late night comedy host has. So this movie is pretty funny. And I don't want to give it away. I just want to say what I liked about it. I don't have many gripes about it. Like I said, it's an hour and 30 minutes. And I guess it does have to be short, because we got to remember, this movie's presented as a late night episode of an old-timey Tonight Show that got aired. So late night television was it was very rare it's longer than an hour. They have a schedule they got to stick to. The bits, then the musical performance, then you're out of there. So it made sense it was an hour and a half. So yeah, Late Night with the Devil, I really liked it. I really think everyone should go and see it. I don't got many gripes with it, so yeah. 8.5 out of 10 for Late Night and the Devil. It's going to be on digital pretty soon, in a couple weeks. I'm pretty sure it's going to be on digital. So, yeah. If you want to see it, if you're on the fence, think about all the people you're going to be supporting by seeing it, So, yeah. Late Night with the Devil, 8.5 out of 10. Peace.